TikTok is officially banned. This is what you're greeted with when you open the site, when you open the app, you're greeted with, sorry, TikTok isn't available right now. A law banning TikTok has been enacted in the United States. Unfortunately, that means you can't use TikTok for right now. We are fortunate that President Trump has indicated that he will work with us on a solution to reinstate TikTok once he takes office. Please stay tuned. In the meantime, you can still log in to download your data. So, it happened. And this is a very, very dark timeline. Now, before I get ahead of myself, let's talk about a few things. There is a lot of people that are going to be outright happy and ecstatic with the banning of TikTok. And one of the big reasons why people will be happy about it is because of brain rot culture and the very short attention spans that could theoretically be linked to TikTok. Now, I'm going to be fundamentally honest here, okay? Be very clear. I'm not going to try to sugarcoat it. I don't like TikTok by any means. I absolutely think it has done a lot of damage to a lot of people's minds. However, I don't think it should be banned. Now, let's talk about that. I would be a big hypocrite if I was advocating for the banning of TikTok, especially when I have went on record multiple times in videos saying I hate censorship. And the banning of TikTok is censorship. Case in point, just right there, cut and dry, it is censorship, okay? There is no arguments against that. The only thing you can argue is that, yes, it is a Chinese app that potentially steals your data and sells it and manipulates things. You can argue that, but at the end of the day, regardless of your stance on that point, it is censorship. And the fact that TikTok, a monolithic platform that literally rivals other social media giants like YouTube itself, Twitch, and other massive sites, is scary that it could just be banned overnight. It's gone. Like, you literally cannot use it. If you're a United States citizen, it's over. So if you're a content creator, can't get on it. If you're a casual watcher, can't get on it. And there's even some reports that people in Canada currently can't even use the site as well. I'm assuming it most likely is server-based. For instance, if you are on the United States server or whatever, you just can't use the platform TikTok. There's also been reports that other Chinese apps and stuff you can no longer use, like Lemonade and stuff, and there's some indication that Marvel Snap, apparently, you can't even log into Marvel Snap because of the banning of TikTok. Now, apparently there is some conflicting reports to this, that it isn't because of the ban, but this is relevant to the discussion. So, even if this is fake and not real, there is something that needs to be stated. And you know what? Asmongold says it very perfectly here. He uploaded this video a few hours ago, and I'm going to let him say it, because I think this is very relevant to what I'm about to talk about.
Ainsley Earhart. And click.
I think the fact is that if you're against Chinese apps, that's okay. But you have to be against all of them. Being against TikTok individually just screams out to me that this is something that is a chess move for power.
He is so right about this. It is literally a position in fight for power, not just by the government, but also these social media platforms like Facebook and stuff. Because with the removal of TikTok, these other Western companies only stand to gain. They gain all these people that have been on TikTok, these millions upon millions of people. They will migrate to other sites and give a lot more revenue to them. It is a power play. And what he's trying to indicate here is if you're against TikTok, if you absolutely hate TikTok, you should be against all Chinese apps. For instance, anything affiliated with the Chinese at all, for instance, apps, games, etc., you should not touch. Marvel Rivals, can't touch it. You like, for instance, let's say Genshin Impact, can't touch it. You know, different shows, movies, whatever, can't touch it. The point is if you're against TikTok and you're happy that it's banned, because obviously you think it does damage to people, for instance, because the Chinese government is spying in on you, then you should want all of these apps gone, because they're doing the exact same thing on those platforms. But the reason why TikTok was solo focused out of this, like just straight up shot down, is because it's so massive, and because it actually rivals monolithic giants like YouTube, Twitch, and other platforms. That is the reason why. So, it is a power play, like Asmongold himself said within this video. That's the only thing it is. It doesn't help the American citizens. It doesn't help the people. All it does is to allow the government to have more power, which gets into the next big topic. I've discussed this in a video I made about a week and a half ago, but with the banning of TikTok, this is a very scary future that we've just now walked into. Because with a banning of TikTok, anything theoretically can be banned. Where is the hard limit? For instance, one of the big indications of why TikTok was banned was because the Chinese government was spying in and stealing data, whatever. But the thing is that almost everybody on the internet is doing that. You're not telling me Facebook's not doing that. You're not telling me that Google's not doing that. You're not telling me Microsoft's not doing that. All these companies are collecting your data and selling them to the highest bidder. They're definitely selling them to other countries as well. Anyone that thinks they are not are very naive. They 100% do because they want to make money. And so if we are drawing the line at TikTok and you cannot do that, that means that these other companies, for instance, they're technically on the chopping block as well. And this leads into the whole realm of censorship. That's what this is. There's no arguing it. You can disagree with certain points, but it is cold hard facts. It is censorship. And I do not like censorship whatsoever. So, with that being the case, I think that this is a very scary future we just have walked into. And if this is allowed and not reverted, this is going to be very damaging to the internet. It will be. I really do think so. Now, once again, if you think that all Chinese apps or whatever should be gone, fine. But you have to have that statement or that point or line in the sand with everything Chinese related. Because if it's just TikTok, then it's because you just don't like TikTok, and you're all for censorship because you just don't like TikTok. And if you like to play Genshin or something, then you're kind of being a hypocrite. That's all I'm going to say. Now, I will say that, yes, TikTok has damaged a lot of people's minds, brain rot, and all that type of stuff, but I still do not think it should be censored. I don't. So, where do we go from here? Well, let's hope whatever's going on here, that Trump actually reverses this. There's been a statement earlier this morning that apparently he will give a 90-day extension to TikTok from not being banned, which I think that is a good first step. But I do think in general, what this is going to easily do, it's going to cause a lot of people that have been very anti-Trump to become turncoats. Just going to straight up say it. I'm going to be completely blunt here. Those that probably have always crapped on Trump for all these years are instantly going to flop or switch sides because they don't like seeing stuff that they actually like and engage with gone. And that's what's going to happen. I definitely see if Trump brings it back, there's going to be a lot of people that are going to openly praise him, love him. He's going to be basically declared as a hero. That's what he will be declared as in the coming days if he does, in fact, bring back TikTok. You know what's going to happen. So this is a massive victory technically for Trump, an easy victory if he does actually do that. But regardless of that, if he does or doesn't, I still think this is a very scary thing to see in this year, and I do not like what this potentially can do to the future of the internet. It is not good. This can theoretically lead to sweeping bans of so many things and censorship that I am completely against. I'll leave it at that, though. You all have a fantastic day or night wherever you live. Be safe, stay healthy. Chibi out.